Warning: the following program is intended for mature audiences only. It may contain explicit language, adult talk, and actions not suitable for younger listeners. Viewer discretion is advised. Enjoy the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the No Gameplan podcast.
How we doing?
This is episode 13. We're 5 weeks into the NFL season, so we're going to do a little recap of the season so far, what we've been, right about in our preseason predictions, where we kind of went wrong a little bit. Later this evening, and maybe in this episode, it might not be, we're going to do some film breakdown of our teams so far this season, maybe a couple other teams as well, if we're feeling up to it. But yeah, that's the plan.
It's gonna be an entertaining night. We've got a lot of stuff planned, so
Gonna
we'll
record
right into it. And we got our summer shandy too.
Always. Gonna get
drink responsibly, of course, though.
Yep, 21 plus. But we're gonna try and record a couple episodes for you tonight. So yeah, should be, like you said, an entertaining night. We got the Bills-Patriots game on in the background, just watching a replay of it for now. I guess we can hop right in. My team, Bills, 4-1. I was at this game, unfortunately. It was a fun environment. The whiteout was cool, but unfortunately the coordinators, offense and defense, were both just not on their game tonight. Fumble. We just watched Keon Coleman fumble. Just a really sloppy game overall from the Bills. Lots of things we could have done better, but I do think it was a good wake-up call because I feel like the first 4 weeks overall haven't been the Bills' best football. So I think an early loss, especially to a team that is now in a spot to compete for the division, I think is a good call. I said we were going to lose this game before it even started. So I guess I was right about that. But I don't know, 4-1, first place in the division. I can't be too upset about it, but Joe Brady, last season I was loving him. The game plans were really working well, but this year it's just completely different, I feel like. Yeah. And the defense, too, is, of course, banged up, but the play calling and the players we have just aren't good enough. I saw like a quote earlier this week is that the Bills on defense and even on offense, too, is that they just sign players that are like just barely good enough. Like they have some good players. Like obviously they got Josh Allen, they got James Cook, even I would say Terrell Bernard as well is one of those big names, but everyone else is just like good enough to start. Like these aren't players that you can really win a Super Bowl with, but I don't know. Like I said, I can't complain too much. 4-1, especially beating the Ravens, week 1 is always a good
crazy
thing,
game, for sure.
Got a lot of things to clean up as well, so I think the loss was good. Like I just said, good wake-up call, but play calling's just got to be better. Like we can't have tight end screens to Dawson Knox and just stupid motion plays that don't work. They let Josh Allen be Josh Allen. That was like the only thing Ken Dorsey was good at before we fired him was, he'd realize the talent we have and let Josh actually throw the ball. Obviously, there are other parts to his coaching that were the reason he got fired, and he was a terrible offensive coordinator. But Joe Brady's kind of turning away from what worked well last year, and see the result of that in this game.
Yeah, I think that's a good analysis of that. Um, on the other side, my team, the Steelers, 3-1.
Great spot to be in.
Just had our bye, which I'm not thrilled with a bye that early, but we had some injury issues to clean up with. So, I mean, it's not the worst thing because I think we're going to have some people back too. So,
yeah.
Joey Porter Jr. was injured, and then we got Jalen Ramsey's injured.
Jalen Warren, too.
So, yeah, Jalen Warren, like, they didn't even say anything about it, like, at all.
No, until the day of. He was sitting at my RB1 spot because I didn't wake up in time to switch it. So that's the reason why I lost that week.
Yeah, kind of crazy.
But whatever.
But, I mean, sitting at 3-1 right now, doing well, I think. I mean, we're going to start getting better. We'll get better as the season goes. You know, it's only October.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, we can reassess how we're doing, you know, in late November, December, January. And, you know, we should be playing our best football at that time. So, I'm optimistic for us. I mean, just, you know, we got a lot of talent on the defensive end. We just got to play to our strengths and can be consistent on offense like I know we can be. And we got the Browns this week, so we'll see what happens. And if we can get the win, hopefully, should be a win.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, not looking too bad right now.
Yep, just get to the quarterback.
Yeah, gotta be
a young,
defensively sound
too.
So, yeah, and Tomlin's got a good record against rookie quarterbacks. So, let's just get to him, make him earn every pass. You know, put pressure on him, make it difficult for him to get out of the pocket. You know, just kind of force him to be scared with the ball. That's what we can do. So, yeah, I mean, not too bad. Definitely optimistic.
Especially, you know, preseason, we both picked the Ravens to win that division, and now they're sitting at the bottom, which no one saw coming.
Yeah.
You know, even though obviously Lamar Jackson got hurt, but even before he got hurt, they were about to be 1-3, and then they got smacked by Houston last week, which I feel like that was, I don't even know. I feel like they still should have won that game too, given how bad Houston is. But
yeah, Lamar doesn't help.
You're looking good in your division.
When your best players is your quarterback, it's like pretty tough to win games. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, and they're still the favorites to win the division. It's like, how is that even possible? They have 5 losses right now. Like that's
they're about to anyway. They got 4 right now, but and then the Bengals obviously.
Who do they play next week?
The Ravens, I have no idea.
I'll look it up.
Bengals obviously are out for the year probably too with Joe Burrow's injury, which I predicted that. I said, you know, Joe Burrow's already getting hit in preseason behind this O-line against backups. Like, it's only a matter of time before he gets hurt. Once he's playing against actual starters on defense, and what do you know, he gets hurt and he's probably out for the season with his turf toe injury. And, you know, given that defense, they're already kind of a little behind the sticks as well, considering they're paying 3 they're paying 3 players like over half their salary cap. So not really surprised by that, but the Ravens I'm definitely surprised by, even with the Lamar injury. And I really don't think Joe Flacco is going to help.
They play the Rams.
They're smacked. They're going to be 1-5. And the Bengals, I don't think Joe Flacco is going to help. He's not quick enough to survive behind such a terrible O-line that even Joe Burrow couldn't stay upright behind. So,
yeah,
I feel like it's your division to lose. Your guys' division.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I feel bad for Joe Burrow. He's kind of had some bad luck, had
He's
some really bad
speaking of
defenses.
luck, he's turning into Andrew Luck like before our eyes. Like Andrew Luck never had a good offensive line, and as soon as he retires, due to those injuries, they get one of the best offensive lines in the league. But I feel like he's on that Andrew Luck path where he's just winning multiple comeback player of the year awards and just can't stay healthy. It's tough to see because when he's on the field like last year, he's one of the top 5 quarterbacks in football. Like last year, if they made the playoffs, I think he would have won MVP.
Yeah, easily. I agree with that, Jim. I Yeah, I mean, it doesn't help that they don't have the best offensive line, and then their defense is very subpar. And then not to mention the difference of Joe Burrow and Jake Browning is just like completely just derails all of the receivers' value, like especially in fantasy and like just in the game itself. Like not having Joe Burrow is just like a huge like detriment to the team. For
Yeah,
fantasy purposes,
Jamar
but
Chase.
also just for their team
Yeah,
like chemistry.
and Jamar Chase was the like consensus #1 overall pick in fantasy this year, and he's been
He had
non.
32 last week though, so that's fine.
Oh, shit. Well,
He's
besides
got to
that,
keep it up
yeah,
because
he's
that
been.
league's gotta because that's a $50 league.
Oh shit.
So
Yeah, he's been
yeah,
kind of
the
non-existent.
other leagues I have a lot of too many energy or injuries, energies.
Me too, buddy. Yeah, CeeDee Lamb and Terry being hurt, it's just
Yeah.
killing me. Some other big storylines, not like, yeah, I guess they're big storylines and things that, in our preseason preview, we just didn't even really think about were one, the Colts, and two, the Jaguars in the same division. They're both 4-1, 5 weeks in, and Daniel Jones is a MVP candidate.
Yeah, which I never saw
Yeah.
coming.
We both said the Texans were gonna run away with that division, and they're
We couldn't
they're
have
the
been more
yeah.
wrong with that.
If the Titans franchise wasn't so bad, then the Texans would be in dead last. And CJ Stroud's just not good. I don't know what happened after his rookie year, but it's been rough from
Yeah,
these.
he's been struggling, but I'm happy for Daniel Jones. Honestly, I don't.
Oh yeah,
We both didn't see this coming. Like he came out of the Giants organization like struggling. He was getting paid a lot to
yep.
just be a horrible quarterback.
Sat on the practice squad of the Vikings last year.
Yeah, it's like he went from all that to like having a really good season. It kind of reminds me of Sam Darnold's year last year, like kind of having rough years, as he went along the league, like going to different teams,
It's a
and
good
then
comparison.
having a really good year with the Vikings, with Kevin O'Connell, really good like quarterbacks, mentor,
Yep.
and then
And now
Daniel Jones got Shane Steichen. He's doing a really good job over there. Like I'm happy for them. Like I'd like to see the Colts make a little bit of a run. That'd be kind of cool.
I mean,
So
and Jalen Hurts had his best year, I would say, with Shane Steichen. So, I mean, it just kind of makes sense that Daniel Jones is doing this well. Anthony Richardson's career's over at this point. Like, he couldn't do anything with Shane Steichen. So, I don't know. Feel a little
yeah,
bit bad for him, but at the same time, if you can't beat Daniel Jones out for QB1 in training camp, then I don't know. And then
I've always thought Daniel Jones has been bottom, like I don't even know, like in the 30s for the quarterbacks,
yeah,
like between 28 and 32 out of all of the NFL quarterbacks. But my mind's kind of changed on that. Like he's having a really good year. Baker Mayfield's also having a really good year. They just find a way to win, like and come back every game. It's always a one possession game, and they tie it up or they win it. It's like it just shows how like resilient they are, and they have a really good rookie receiver, which I really want to get his jersey, Emeka Ibuka.
Yeah,
I want to
he's
get
a
his
freak.
throwback Bucks jersey.
He's gonna win
Jordan
offensive
got it.
rookie
He
of the
said,
year.
I gotta
I'm not
get
even
one.
surprised that he got it, but
That was PI.
yeah,
Yeah, he didn't turn.
Trey White's beyond washed. I'll get into that later when we do the film breakdown. That he can't be playing every snap. It's just awful to watch at this point. But then I'll go to the second point I made was the Jaguars being a 4-1 team. I haven't really paid much attention to them besides the Chiefs game last week, obviously, but maybe I gave up on Trevor Lawrence too early. Like, he's looking good. Brian Thomas Jr. still kind of needs to figure out with the being scared of contact and dropping the ball issues, but they're just finding a way to get things done. Their defense is, still solid. They got the other Josh Allen.
Josh Hines Allen.
Yeah, sorry, Josh Hines Allen. But they look good, man. It's crazy. Travis Etienne is finally performing up to expectations. The last couple of years they were splitting time with him and Tank Bigsby. So now that he's the number one, he's kind of going crazy.
Yeah. I was shocked, too, with the Jags. I'm not sold quite yet on Trevor Lawrence, though.
Me either. But he's playing well.
He's playing well. He's having a better year than past years, but we'll see what happens. I mean, he's got to keep that up. This is one of his last chances to kind of prove himself, because he's had multiple years where he's been in the league now for a while. It's time for him to step it up and start making plays and stuff. So
sure. I mean, he has beaten Justin Herbert in a playoff game, so there is that.
that's true.
But otherwise, he has never really been anywhere close to Herbert.
Yeah.
But moving on from that, we also, I was watching or listening to the episode. We talked about the preseason earlier, and we both had the Chargers. I had them finishing in third place, and you had them finishing last in the AFC West. And now I believe.
Did I?
Yep. Now I believe they're in first place.
I thought I had them winning. I thought I had them winning the division.
You had the Broncos winning the division,
that's
which
right.
is a good take. I still think the Broncos could win that division, especially after the past couple of Chargers games. But I don't know, man.
Number 2.
Chargers look
Number
real good.
2 beer, ladies and gents.
What?
Lugendorf Summer Shandy.
Oh, look at that steam coming out of there.
Oh, yeah. Cheers, brother. Drink responsibly. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Going back to what I was saying about the Chargers, they've looked solid this year. They have had the injury bug bite them already. Amari Hampton just went on the IR a couple days ago. So they'll have to figure out with Hassan Haskins, which, I think they could do because, it's Jim Harbaugh's running back from Michigan when they were both there. So I think they'll figure it out. Vlad McConkey's been kind of invisible this year. I feel like he hasn't really done much. And
Last week he had a better week, but other than that, he's been horrible.
Quentin Johnston has actually been really good. He's finally figured out how to catch the ball like 3 years into his career.
Yeah.
Keenan Allen's
actually
going
catch it
crazy
now.
again too. But the Chiefs,
And Stephon Diggs had a career day against the Bills.
Revenge game. Ooh.
Sorry, buddy.
It's all right. We needed to lose.
It'll be his best game of his career, probably. He's not going to have another game like that, I doubt it.
Yeah, he's going to have too many kids now anyway, so he's going to have to deal with that.
How do you not tackle that, dude? He should have been sacked.
Yeah, watching this game on the replay is kind of hard to watch. 'Cause at the game, I
There was like
couldn't even see
25
much, but
penalties
yeah,
too.
the stadium was booing the whole game. It was bad. Joey Bosa sucks.
That was a nice
He's so
tackler, though.
slow. I don't care. This
He's
is one
slow as
tackle of the game.
shit.
Every single like read option
Both
and
Bosas are just injury prone.
yeah. Oh my god. Diggs was cooking, bro. What is Trey White doing, bro? Sal Capaccio. Brother, how do you get I
What is he
mean,
doing?
he played good defense for like 5 seconds. Like, you got to get to the quarterback at that point. Anyways, Broncos are starting to figure it out. First couple weeks looked a little sketchy, but they're figuring it out. And then the Chiefs, I don't know, man. They don't look good. But they are getting Rashee Rice back in a couple weeks here, so we'll see if that really
After
changes
this
anything.
week, right?
Yeah, he comes back week 7. I don't really see that changing much, though, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, they don't look. They look
Mahomes
very.
look out of sync. Like
They don't look very comfortable. They're kind of. It's. They just don't look comfortable in their own shoes. It's Pat Mahomes trying to play Superman basically, and
yeah,
obviously
welcome to Josh Allen's
against the
world.
Ravens they played a lot better.
Yeah,
But
the Ravens are terrible. So
the
like
Ravens had their whole defense basically was injured, so it's like
yeah.
I wouldn't really count that. It wasn't the full strength of team.
They do play Detroit this week, so if they
That's
have
going to be a very tall task for them.
yeah. If they have a
I
good
don't
week
know.
this
We're
week,
gonna,
then
we're gonna see. We're gonna see this week.
if they have a good week, I feel like the Chiefs is still the Chiefs, but if they get smacked around against the Lions like the Ravens got smacked around, then I don't know, man. That's a
I don't know.
rough
It's
look.
still early, but
Very early. Like
if
we're only
if
5
they're
weeks
gonna
in,
if they
people.
keep losing, it's definitely gonna be concerning. Because you only really have a certain amount of losses you can take before you're like basically out of playoff contention. So
I agree, Jim.
it's 7 losses is probably the max.
Yeah, I agree.
So yeah, I don't know. Hopefully the Steelers can keep it together and just stay healthy. Go get another receiver. Go get Rashid Shaheed.
Yeah.
I think the Steelers were
Go
talking
get, go
to
get
him
Chris Olave.
or Chris Olave, but he has head issues.
I know,
though.
but the Saints are
If he
shopping
gets
him right
if,
now.
if
So
he has a concussion, dude, he could retire, and then what's the point of us?
yeah, that's true.
So yeah, I don't know. It's just we'll see what happens with them. But
I guess we can move on to the NFC. The NFC East, we thought, Philly was going to run away with that, but oh my God, what a terrible interception, bro. Double coverage to Shahir. Come on, Josh. Anyways, the Eagles look rough. I think we both picked them to kind of run away with that division, but their new OC, you can't bring in a guy who's never been an offensive coordinator to be the offensive coordinator for the reigning Super Bowl champs. Like, that's just kind of a dumb thing to do, and it's pretty obvious to everyone that this offense just isn't the same. A.J. Brown hasn't been himself. Devonta Smith hasn't been himself. Even Saquon's kind of struggling, but and, they just lost to the Giants on Thursday Night Football yesterday. So, I don't know. I think they still win that division just because, Commanders look pretty bad. Jaden Daniels was hurt, but I still don't think they really look that good. Terry McLaurin can't stay healthy after getting his contract. But, I don't know, man. Philly, they don't really scare me this year unless they fire their offensive coordinator or something and bring in someone who's actually called plays before. Then I don't really see them doing anything special.
Yeah.
Could, but I don't know. Just watching the Bills getting cooked right now. This is brutal.
Brutal, Jim. Yeah, what else you think? What other teams
Jackson
did we
Dart
miss?
looks good.
Yeah, he's
Um,
insane. Steelers should have got him.
Yep. You said
I
it.
know these things, like guys. Like, I never played football myself, but I've watched so much football. I'm now coaching football, which has been a blast, by the way. It's been
Oh yeah.
awesome to coach the kids. We got to play my former school this upcoming week, so we're working on some press man coverage a little bit.
Wide.
Throw off the receiver's timing. We're playing all man, so been working on that this week. But yeah, it's been a blast. But anyways,
I knew Jackson Dart was gonna be good.
yeah, Dart's
He was
been
my
really
QB
good.
one going into the draft. You can look back at episodes that we
Dude,
made
the
before
Giants
the draft.
could low-key
like,
be nasty. Their defense is good, dude.
yeah,
They got good
they
corners.
strapped up.
Their D line, and they got
Eagles.
really good linebackers. All
Their
the way around,
secondary
they're
could
good.
use some work, but
I mean, that
same with our
Drew Phillips
offensive
guy
line.
or whatever.
Drew
that's-
Phillips is good. They still got some work to
Did
do
he
with their
fumble here?
offensive line.
Oh no, he didn't.
No, I think they scored a touchdown.
Yeah, he did.
But Cam Skadboo, beast. Kid's actually a freak. You see the drill of him in college, just slamming his head against a brick wall. I'm strengthening my neck. What a psycho.
He's
But,
insane.
he's
dude.
a dog. Scored 3 touchdowns against Philly
Yeah, I
last
saw
night.
that.
So,
That was a pretty good game, and the
That was a good
Cowboys look good too. So it's
oh,
like
they tied with Green Bay, who looks iffy after the first couple weeks.
all right, guys, we're back. We had a little intermission, little break. We were talking about the Cowboys a little bit.
Cowboys, Packers.
think Dak Prescott's having an MVP caliber season right now. He's playing really good. Defense,
Without CeeDee
obviously, is
Lamb as well.
shaky. Yeah, without CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, they have some other guys stepping up into those roles, and they're playing well. So
Javonte Williams having a really good year as well.
yeah, he's doing very well. So I think, let's go over our top 5 MVP candidates
Oof.
right now. I feel like it's
Oh
not too
boy.
early to, or not too early
Yeah.
to do that because
Yeah.
we are in October. So
Yep. Wow. That's tough. Top 5 MVP.
want me to go first?
I mean, if you already have like a good idea, yeah, go for it.
I'd say 5 is Dak. Okay, I just kind of explained that. Having a really good season with not even having CeeDee Lamb for the past 3 games or so, 2 games. Javonte Williams is playing well. So yeah, he'd be 5 for me right now.
Oh, I have my MVP.
4, I'd say Puka.
I like that take.
Probably Puka or
7
Amika
early.
Ibuka. I'll do both of those. I feel like I know it's a rookie, but he's having a crazy season. Like
Yeah.
he has 7 touchdowns.
I would say him for Offensive Player of the Year.
yeah, offensive
For
player of
sure.
the year, more like. But I'll put him in that.
Sure.
We'll go with that.
I like that.
3, I would go probably Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones is having a hell of a season, like we said earlier.
I think he would also be my 3 or 4.
Yeah, he's
I have
having a
my
heck
1
of a
and
year.
2 for sure.
2 is where it gets a little sticky. I
know
know my
my-
1 right
I know
now.
my 1 and 2. 3, 4, and 5 are all kind of the same. Oh, 3 is my 3, I know, but 4 and 5, I don't know. 3, 4, and 5 could all be in the same area, but I know my 1
Man,
and
I
2.
don't- Trying to think.
My
All right.
1 and 2 are like set right now.
I gotta think of my two. I'll say Jared Goff.
Wow. That's for your two?
Yeah,
Wow.
I'll say Jared. I can't think of who else I was gonna say, but
Okay.
one is he's having a hell of a season. Just resilient team, like good on both sides of the ball. Baker Mayfield,
Yep.
100%. Go ahead.
Yeah. Baker Mayfield was also going to be my number one. Like he just said, having a hell of a year. They've already had so many injuries, and, they've been able to just deal with a ton of adversity. The first 3 weeks of the season, they had three straight game winning drives led by Baker Mayfield, just, finding a way. Baker Mayfield's running through people, getting back up, talking shit.
Yeah, just like he owns the place, which he does basically. It's
Baker's
like,
a dog. Like you mentioned, Emeka Egbuka is having a great year. Already dealing with some injuries on the offense, but Baker's just finding a way. They were missing Chris Godwin the first few weeks. He comes back. Mike Evans gets hurt. Bucky Irving missed last week. He's also going to miss this week, but Baker just keeps finding a way, and that's what MVP caliber players do. Like they find a way to get it done, no matter the level of talent around them. I think Baker's doing a really good job of that so far. My two, it took me a second to think of it, but Matthew Stafford is my number two. He's having, a great season. People were talking about him coming into the season. Is he even going to be able to play because of his back injury?
yep,
And he's
that
just,
was a question
I feel like
mark.
he's just proven everyone wrong this year. Balling out, throwing to Devontae a ton, and like you mentioned with Puka, who's having a really good season. I feel like Stafford's just, he's obviously probably close to 40 at this point, but he's just still balling. The Rams are
Yeah,
looking pretty solid. They are
I
in
like that. Yeah,
they are in
I just said
second
Jared
place.
Goff because it's the Lions,
Yeah,
and
that's fair.
they had the first week. You know, they didn't play very well. It was the first week, whatever. But
Sure.
since then, they've been playing
Yeah,
clean, and Jared Goff's been playing well. So that's why I said him.
I
But
like that still.
I think Baker Mayfield should win it right now.
Yeah,
Josh Allen could get in the conversation. Like, he won it last year. He could
he'll be
definitely do it
fine.
again.
I It's a hot
Which,
take,
like, I don't
but
know how his numbers are doing,
I don't
like,
even.
comparing up right now. But
The turnovers aren't bad for Josh right now. He only has two, but I don't even think he's the MVP of the Bills right now, so I wouldn't put him in my top five. But back to what I was saying about Stafford, he's getting closer and closer to the end of his career, but still finding a way.
hmm
The Rams are in second place. I'm not putting this guy anywhere close to my MVP rankings, but I do want to give a shout out to Mac Jones, who has the 49ers at 4-1 after Brock Purdy getting hurt. You know, I did hear that from Adam Schefter. I think he said on McAfee like a few weeks ago that Mac Jones was the guy that Kyle Shanahan originally wanted to draft instead of Trey Lance. And now we're kind of seeing the result of that, which is tough because they're playing. They're paying Brock
and
Purdy
then
like $65 million,
they're
so
playing.
you can't even you
Um,
can't even sit a guy that you're paying that much money. So
wide,
it is kind of tough for Mac Jones, but I
wide,
feel like he's gonna get a good contract.
wide,
Um, but yeah, quick side note, shout out Mac Jones.
wide.
Um, my number three in MVP, where it gets kind of tough. I will also go with Daniel Jones. You know, no one really gave the Colts, including us, much thought coming into the season, especially since they were having a QB1 battle going into camp. I feel like besides Jonathan Taylor and I guess Michael Pittman, The Colts don't really have many weapons, and even Michael Pittman's like a mid-tier wide receiver one. I don't think he's that good, but he's like a serviceable
They
wide
just
receiver
have
one.
an insane running back. Like
Yeah,
Jonathan Taylor had 3 touchdowns last week.
but like
And he's on my. I have him for fantasy. He's been
snapping every single
absolutely
dog.
yeah, absolute dog.
But kind of like you mentioned with Sam Darnold earlier in the podcast, I feel like it's kind of the same thing with Daniel Jones this year, where he goes to a good system and gives people a chance to see like what he could actually be given a good system. So I'll put him at my 3. At my, this is tough because I do want to say Josh Allen, but like I just said a little bit ago, I don't even think he's the MVP of the Bills right now. So I will not put Josh Allen in my top 5. Um, this is really tough, Jim. Um,
You're on 4, right?
yeah, I'm on 4. I will put. I'll put Dak at 4. They don't really have the best record yet. I think they're 2-1-1, but he's done well. CeeDee Lamb got hurt early, like you mentioned, and I feel like he's done a really good job with what they have in that offense.
Yeah.
So I will put Dak Prescott at 4, and then at number 5. Trying to think. I guess I could put Jared Goff, but like they just have so many weapons too. I feel like it's hard to put one guy in the top 5.
I want to say something real
Sure,
quick
go
before you
ahead.
keep
I'm
going.
thinking, so please take
I
all the
put
time.
Jared Goff in there, okay, but I also want to shout out one of the quarterbacks. Okay, Sam Darnold's having a hell of a year again. He in my opinion should be in the conversation as well. I mean, they've played a lot of really good games. The Bucks and Seahawks game last week was unbelievable. Like shootout between 2 quarterbacks that had shitty situations, bounced back from adversity and found a team, Sam Darnold with the Vikings last year and then got a nice contract with the Seahawks and then Baker Mayfield with the Browns and the Panthers, then it was the Rams and just a lot of moving parts, struggling, and then he finds his way on the Bucks. But yeah, it's just I wanted to say that.
Hell yeah. Shout out Sammy D. This is a really hot take, but I'm going to put the MVP of the Buffalo Bills at my 5 right now because, obviously they got Josh Allen and he's the MVP last year. And, he's still doing good this year. Like, it's not like he fell off or anything, but the Bills team right now is running through James Cook, and he deserved every single penny of that contract he got this year and more. Like besides last week, I think every week he's had 100+ scrimmage yards. He's scored in every game besides last week. I'm gonna put James Cook at my 5. Very hot take,
That's a little bit of a hot take,
but
but
like
that's fine. I mean,
I,
hey, we're
it's
here
in
for
week
hot takes.
exactly. It's week
Wide,
5 too. So
wide.
like I could put Jared Goff at 5. I could put Josh Allen at 5, but
Wide.
I feel better about putting James Cook there.
Wide.
Wide. But I don't know. James Cook is proving a lot of people wrong this year. A lot of people, including myself, said, I don't think he's done enough to deserve that contract yet. He only plays like 45% of the snaps a year. This year he's proving me wrong. That's for damn sure. Jimbo's cooking.
Yeah, he is doing
Also,
good.
shout out to Drake May. I wish you weren't on the Patriots because you're also a dog. Went crazy against the Bills. We were watching that game a little bit ago, and just dicing up our defenders on the run, in the pocket. Like, it didn't even matter. So, shout out to
Yeah.
Drake May. He's going to be a baller for a long time. But, yeah, that's my top 5. Hot take with number 5, but
Hey,
James Coke,
we're
baby.
here for hot takes, man. What else you got? You got anything else for this episode? I think I'm good.
I think I'm good. I covered the Mac Jones thing because I don't think anyone really saw that happening. What else? J.J. McCarthy sucks. Saw that coming.
Yep.
I don't know. I really got nothing else for the first 5 weeks.
Yeah,
My bets haven't been hitting, so I stopped. I didn't bet on the NFL this week. I started betting NHL, and in 3 days of games, I'm up almost $150. So I might have to stop betting on the NFL, actually.
Yeah. It's tough, man. It really is.
I always lose by one leg for NFL, but hockey
Yeah.
seems to be working out. So I'm excited for this hockey season.
But I think that's all we got, ladies and gentlemen, for this episode 13. Go ahead and check out our other videos. We have 12 other videos.
What?
We have the description of the video, what we talk about, what we go through, and that sort of thing.
What?
So this concludes this episode. Like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you guys want to see, and then most importantly, just share our channel, guys. We want to get out there. We want to get some good content out for you guys. We're gonna try to make as many videos as we can.
Get some guests.
We're
going
both
here
busy,
soon.
so we got some other stuff planned. We want to do some guests.
Vlogs.
We have some
maybe.
other videos planned for actually tonight. We're gonna probably film another one.
Or two.
Wide.
Why?
So, yeah, this concludes this episode. But like I said, like, comment, subscribe. Anything else to add?
That's all I got, man.
All right.
We'll see you in the next episode.
Peace out, guys.